Okay, so this is ketone body metabolism. Ketone bodies metabolism. So this is synthesis of ketone bodies for energy, mostly in fasting state. So mostly we get energy from mainly from the glycolysis and the glucose only. But when the body is in a fasting state or in a compromised state, even in diabetes mellitus, so that time ketone bodies come into play. Even like exercise, strenuous exercise, that time. But mostly here also I wrote heart muscle and renal cortex prefers ketone bodies as fuel source. They prefer this. And then we have site is liver, mitochondria of liver is where the ketone body synthesis takes place. Okay, so the main ketone bodies are acetone, acetoacetate and beta hydroxybutyrate. This all will come in the cycle also, but acetoacetate is the main one and it's a primary ketone body. From here only we get all this acetone and beta hydroxybutyrate. Okay, so now this test is also very important, Rotaras test. By this we can detect the serum level of ketone bodies. Very important test in diabetic ketoacidosis and like that. Also in fatty liver also Rotaras test is taken and something else also. Okay, so normal levels of ketone bodies is less than 1 mg per deciliter. Very less amount. Ketosis in starvation and diabetes mellitus. This is LAQ, so this was also one question here. Explain ketosis in starvation and diabetes mellitus. This flowchart I made. In diabetes uncontrolled, if they are not taking medicine or they have not diagnosed it yet, so in that case they are not taking insulin or any medicine. So now the lipolysis increases in the body because glucose is there excess, but the body is unable to utilize it. So now they are thinking that they are very in a very less like starvation. They are thinking that there's no glucose in the body. So now they are going to break down the lipids which were there from already. Now they will use that for energy. Okay, so increase lipolysis, from that acetyl CoA is increased in the body, serum levels, and then that takes place ketosis. Ketosis is excessive ketone bodies in the serum. Blood, in the blood it is ketonemia, and in urine it is ketonuria. Okay, starvation, glucose is decreased because of they are not taking it, so decreased intake of food, from that decreased glucose, from that deficiency of oxaloacetate. This is very important for lipolysis and like glucose also, but that is also deficient. Now they're gonna start glucose synthesis, and because of glucose is stimulated, now acetyl CoA will also increase because pyruvate, glucose, pyruvate, acetyl CoA. Now from that also increase lipolysis and ketosis. Everything will lead to ketosis in the end in starvation and diabetes mellitus. If they are not taking food for a long time and they are not diagnosing it and not taking medicine. Here we have synthesis and utilization. It's the same thing. Utilization is just the opposite of synthesis. So synthesis is acetyl CoA plus acetyl CoA. 2-acetyl CoA, similarly to the cholesterol also. So 2-acetyl CoA is taken from the glucose and TCA cycle also. In the presence of thiolase or thiokinase, many names are there for one enzyme only. So now acetoacetyl CoA. It's forming acetoacetyl CoA. One CoA is going away here. Two are there, but one CoA is going away. So acetoacetyl CoA. Now HMG CoA synthase, so the synthesis of HMG CoA. That is the regulatory step. HMG CoA lyase Now HMG-CoA breaks down into acetoacetate and acetyl-CoA. Here, for formation of HMG-CoA, acetyl-CoA was taken up. 1-acetyl-CoA plus acetoacetyl-CoA gives us HMG-CoA, and now acetyl-CoA is going away and acetoacetate. Very repetitive cycle. Now acetoacetate. Acetoacetate is going to break down in the presence of NADPH beta hydroxybutyrate into acetone by decarboxylation and beta hydroxybutyrate. This one they are seen here. Three ketone bodies are there: acetone, acetoacetate, and beta hydroxybutyrate. That only. So acetoacetate breaks down into acetone and beta hydroxybutyrate. So that is the primary one. They are secondary. Easily like that only. Now synthesis is over. Till here synthesis. Now from this beta hydroxybutyrate, we will take it here in the body. Acetone is gonna be used up. It will go into the TCA cycle. One more, like more ATPs will be generated, energy will be given. Okay. Now utilization of beta hydroxybutyrate. And also this acetone, this can also, it's very volatile, so it can go into the respiratory, lungs, and then also fruity odor and all that. Ketoacidosis can happen because of acetone. So like this ketone body synthesis is not good for a longer time. Just for an emergency, for short period of time when they're dieting or like starving themselves, or they don't have food or something like that. Now utilization: beta hydroxybutyrate dehydrogenase. In the presence of dehydrogenase, they are forming acetoacetate. Same, this and this. From acetoacetate beta hydroxybutyrate is formed. Now ulta same like that only, beta hydroxybutyrate से acetoacetate आ गया. ओके तो यहाँ पे थियोफोरेज की हेल्प से दिस इज गोना बिकम acetoacetyl-CoA. Here only, see, acetoacetyl-CoA. Just this, the opposite. Like this one will be. Just HMG-CoA is not there in utilization, that we have to remember. Beta hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, acetoacetyl-CoA, then acetyl-CoA, acetyl-CoA. Same this one. Khatam. That much only. Utilization is very easy. Enzymes are dehydrogenase, thiophorease. Here succinase CoA will give us CoA. One CoA will be, one CoA we will get this one. Okay, and it will become succinate. And here in the presence of CoAsh, we're gonna get acetyl-CoA and acetyl-CoA. Two acetyl-CoAs. Synthesis and utilization then and there. And this synthesis, we told that it's taken in the mitochondria of liver, but here this is in the extrahepatic tissue, outside. Extrahepatic means outside the liver, not inside the liver. Not in liver. Utilization does not take place in liver. That we have to remember. Important point. And this is during utilization, ATP is generated. Net ATP is 21.5 ATP. All this we have to calculate, an ADPH from here, from CoAsh, all that we have to do. I didn't do that. So final thing is net ATP is 21.5 ATP. Also we have to give a note on ketosis in this question. So ketosis is excess production of ketone bodies. In urine it is ketonuria, in blood it is ketonemia. But in both, if it excess production of ketone bodies in both of them, then ketosis. Respiratory acidosis in diabetic ketoacidosis patient, hyperventilation, these are like the clinical features of ketosis. And causes is diabetic mellitus and starvation. Regulation, I did not find enough regulation points. It's just glucagon and HMG-CoA synthase enzyme, which was the regulatory enzyme. Okay, regulatory step. Regulatory step. Ferric chloride test. This is also clinical. Not very less related to ketone bodies. It is more related to the phenylketonuria. So less commonly done for ketone bodies detection. Not so common. Ruthera's test is for ketone bodies. It can be used for detection of phenyl pyruvic acid in case of phenylketonuria. this is important. Phenyl pyruvic acid. When phenols react with ferric chloride, they form colored complexes. Okay, many colors are there, from light yellow to dark violet, depending on the concentration of this phenols. How many phenols are there? So for ketone bodies, not so much, but still in phenylketonuria, urine turns blue-green color because it reacts with the ferric chloride, phenols, the serum, yeah, all that. Ferric chloride test is there. Main thing is Uttara's test. We have to read that also. Regulation is glucagon and HMG CoAs. Utilization of synthesis हो गया. Degradation is similar to utilization. This only I feel.